Does Django scale? I'm building a web application with Django. The reasons I chose Django were: I wanted to work with free/open source tools. I like Python and feel it's a long-term language, whereas regarding Ruby I wasn't sure, and PHP seemed like a huge hassle to learn. I'm building a prototype for an idea and wasn't thinking too much about the future. Development speed was the main factor, and I already knew Python. I knew the migration to Google App Engine would be easier should I choose to do so in the future. I heard Django was nice. Now that I'm getting closer to thinking about publishing my work, I start being concerned about scale. The only information I found about the scaling capabilities of Django is provided by the Django team. I'm not saying anything to disregard them, but this is clearly not objective information. My questions. What's the largest site that's built on Django today? I measure size mostly by user traffic. Can Django deal with 100,000 users daily, each visiting the site for a couple of hours? Could a site like Stack Overflow run on Django?
What are the largest sites built on Django today? There isn't any single place that collects information about traffic on Django-built sites, so I'll have to take a stab at it using data from various locations. First, we have a list of Django sites on the front page of the main Django project page and then a list of Django-built sites at djangosites.org. Going through the lists and picking some that I know have decent traffic we see. Tableau.com, 44K daily visits, see Ned Batchelder's posts infrastructure for modern websites. Chesspark.com, Alexa rank about 179K. Pounce.com, no longer active, Alexa rank about 65K. Mike Malone of Pounce, in his Euro DjangoCon presentation on scaling Django web apps, says hundreds of hits per second. This is a very good presentation on how to scale Django, and make some good points including current shortcomings in Django scalability. HP had a site built with Django 1.5, iPrint Center. However, as for November/2015 the entire website was migrated and this link is just a redirect. This website was a worldwide service attending subscription to Instant Ink and related services HP offered. Can Django deal with 100,000 users daily, each visiting the site for a couple of hours? Yes, see above. Could a site like Stack Overflow run on Django? My gut feeling is yes, but as others answered and Mike Malone mentions in his presentation, database design is critical. Strong proof might also be found at www.prog.com if we can find any reliable traffic stats. Anyway, it's not just something that will happen by throwing together a bunch of Django models. Smile. There are, of course, many more sites and bloggers of interest, but I have got to stop somewhere. Blog post about using Django to build high-traffic site michaelmoore.com described as a top 10,000 website. Quantcast stats and compete.com stats. The author of the edit, including such reference, used to work as outsourced developer in that project.
We're doing load testing now. We think we can support 240 concurrent requests, A sustained rate of 120 hits per second 24/7, without any significant degradation in the server performance. That would be 432,000 hits per hour. Response times aren't small, our transactions are large, but there's no degradation from our baseline performance as the load increases. We're using Apache front-ending Django and MySQL. The OS is Red Hat Enterprise Linux, ROL. 64-bit. We use mod_whiskey in daemon mode for Django. We've done no cache or database optimization other than to accept the defaults. We're all in one VM on a 64-bit Dell with, I think, 32 GB RAM. Since performance is almost the same for 20 or 200 concurrent users, we don't need to spend huge amounts of time tweaking. Instead, we simply need to keep our base performance up through ordinary SSL performance improvements, ordinary database design and implementation, indexing, etc., ordinary firewall performance improvements, etc. What we do measure is our load, test laptops struggling under the insane workload of 15 processes running 16 concurrent threads of requests.
Not sure about the number of daily visits, but here are a few examples of large Django sites. Discus.com, Talk from Django, Bitbucket.org, Writeup, Lanyard.com, Source, Support.mozilla.com, Source code, Addons.mozilla.org, Source code, Talk from Django, TheOnion.com, Writeup, TheGuardian.co.uk. Comment system uses Django. Source, Instagram. Pinterest, Artio. Here is a link to list of high-traffic Django sites on Quora.
What's the largest site that's built on Django today? I measure size mostly by user traffic. In the US, it was Mahalo. I'm told they handle roughly 10 million uniques a month. Now, in 2019, Mahalo is powered by Ruby on Rails. Abroad, the global network, a network of news, sports, and entertainment sites in Brazil, Alexa ranks them into top 100 globally, around 80th currently. Other notable Django users include PBS, National Geographic, Discovery, NASA, actually a number of different divisions within NASA, and the Library of Congress. Can Django deal with 100K users daily, each visiting the site for a couple of hours? Yes, but only if you've written your application right, and if you've got enough hardware. Django's not a magic bullet. Could a site like Stack Overflow run on Django? Yes, but see above. Technology-wise, easily, CISO clone for one attempt. Traffic-wise, compete peg Stack Overflow at under 1 million uniques per month. I can name at least dozen Django sites with more traffic than so.
If you want to see more, please consider subscribing.